Hi guys, it's Devin here again, and it's day 2 of the Whole Life Challenge, sending you my little movement snapshot for the day. Today I was going to take you out for a run, but as it turns out we have a huge amount of snow, and apparently the coldest snow day in Ottawa in the last 100 years. So much as I like to be rugged and rustic, this was a little bit too much for me to want to take you on a run for today, but I promise I will take you out sometime soon. So for today I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to program your average week of movement and exercise to sort of get the maximum benefit as far as, if you will, a natural movement type of lifestyle with the minimum amount of injury and wear and tear and exhaustion. And I find that sometimes people tend to go towards extremes with exercise. In other words, they're not exercising for a while and then they feel like they have to make up for it by doing really intensive exercise, training hard for 3, 4, 5 days a week and sweating and being sore and so on. However, that's fine if you want to be competitive and if you want to reach a certain level of fitness, that's great. But if you just want to have a healthy, active life, and by all standards in terms of sort of lowering your chance of certain types of disease and increasing your capacity for mobility in your life, it's probably a bit too much, and you might do better to have something that's a little bit more moderate, a little bit more accessible to your lifestyle, and that gets you what you want, regardless of not having to work quite so hard. As well, this type of lifestyle, I think, really mimics a little bit more the natural human lifestyle before modern civilization happened, where generally people were fairly active, but not necessarily going as hard as they could every day all the time, and not necessarily doing long periods of sitting around doing nothing and then all of a sudden big effort. So here's a typical template that I think works well, and that's basically put some time into movement every day and as many little snippets of movement through the day as you can, and then some period of moving a little bit more, which could be going for a walk for half an hour or going for a walk for an hour, doing a short run in the day or a little bit longer run if you want, but moderate pace, not too fast, not too slow. It can include things like walking stairs, all little things throughout your day, like instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. Decide to walk someplace instead of taking your car, ride a bike, doing your natural movement practice, doing some crawling, climbing, jumping, but all at a kind of a pace that doesn't push you to the maximum where you're sort of exhausted by the end of it, but something that it's fun, stimulates your mind and body a little bit. Maybe you are learning how to move a little bit better and be more skillful, and yet you're not burning out. A couple times a week, increase the amount of work. And typically what I would do and what I suggest is 1 day a week is the day where you go and lift something. So you could go to the gym and lift the barbell, you could do some kettlebells, you can do calisthenics, you can do anything that involves trying to move a weight that requires a fair amount of work to do. And then again, not a long period of time, but an intense workout, which could be from half an hour to 40 minutes or so. You can choose all kinds of different ways of doing this, but with that type of thing, I don't usually recommend more than once a week, and if you're really fit, maybe twice a week. And then you give yourself time to recover, and you still get a lot of the benefits of the lifting without having to do it too often, which just creates more wear and tear. And then one other day of the week, do some kind of aerobic work that's a little bit more intense. It could be sprinting, it could be doing hill runs, it could even just be walking up a high hill if that's your level of work that you like. It could be skipping rope, it could be swimming, any number of things, but something that gets your heart rate up and gets you breathing heavy for a short period of time. A good guideline for this is about 5 sets of 20 seconds, which is not very long at all, but if you really work and you get yourself breathing, then it's great. And one session of that per week, or maybe 2 if you're quite fit, is actually enough to give most people some advantage as far as cardiorespiratory fitness without overdoing things, increasing inflammation, increasing oxidative stress, increasing mechanical stress on the body, and so on. Again, all of these things you should do to the limits and to the capacities that you have, so you're not pushing past what's right for you, but stimulating yourself to the right degree with exercise. So again, it's different if you're in a sport or you're an athlete and you want to get ready for an event. Then you're entering into a training phase, and you look at the programming around that. But for most of us, this type of a level activity is really awesome and fine and allows you to be playful, enjoy yourself, not be too sore, not be too broken down, fewest injuries as possible, and live a happy, healthy life. So, hope you're having fun out there, keep moving, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.